Spring is almost here and we know what that means. That means wedding season is right around the corner, and I decided to share with you a bridal makeup kit must-have video. And the last one I did, I think it was like 2 years ago, and this is a time when I should do another version of it. And I will be giving you one drugstore option and one high-end option, because you know what, depending on your budget and availability, you can pick up just the drugstore option or just the high-end option, or you can mix and match. And in some categories actually I will be giving you only and only drugstore option, because you don't need to spend that much on those categories. So yeah guys, if you are interested to know, then please keep on watching. The first category is primer, and of course you need to choose a primer according to your skin type and skin concerns, but I decided to put two primers that are like one and done, like they do everything kind of a primer. And the drugstore option is this e.l.f. liquid putty primer. The reason why I decided to go for the liquid one is it's smoothing, it's pore filling, it's hydrating, but it's not like too much hydrating. It's just a perfect amount of hydration, a perfect amount of mattified effect, you know. So this for a primer, I have done a full in-depth review here on my channel. You can go ahead and check it out. It just makes my makeup last all day long. So for the drugstore, definitely go check this one out. Now for high-end, I have here another primer that is like pore filling, that makes my makeup last all day long, that gives me that smooth canvas for my foundation. And I'm talking about this M.A.C Prep Plus Prime Skin Base Primer. Now makeup artists use this primer a lot on their clients, and I know when I used to do freelance makeup on my clients, I used to use this primer a lot, and everybody used to love this primer. It comes with a pump. They both are kind of like similar concept in my opinion. They both are smoothing, they both are pore filling. So depending on your budget, either go for this one or this. Next up is color corrector. Now if you have a lot of hyperpigmentation, acne spots, you need to use a color corrector, because that way you will end up using less foundation, and less foundation means less cakiness. Either you can go ahead and use a concealer that matches your skin tone perfectly to cancel out all the darkness, or you can use a color corrector. And for color corrector, for the drugstore, you guys probably know how much I love this LA Girl color correctors. It's the yellow one. I have the orange one as well, and this is the one I used on my wedding day. And no matter if it is drugstore or high-end, in my opinion, this is like the best color corrector that I have ever tried. I actually mixed the orange one and the yellow one together to create my perfect shade. So definitely check these ones out. And again, I used to use these color correctors on my clients a lot, and they would love it. Now if you want to spend a little extra, definitely check out this Huda Beauty color correctors. She has done a phenomenal job with this product. It's beautiful. This is what I'm wearing today underneath my eyes. It does not crease. It's hydrating, but it's not like too much, because if a color corrector is too much hydrating, then it does not set down, and if you try to set it with a loose powder, then it kind of tends to become a little bit cakey. But it's like the consistency or the texture is right in between. It just sets down, it cancels out the darkness underneath my eyes or around my mouth area, and if you give it like 2 to 3 minutes, it sets down so beautifully that it does not mix up with your foundation. So yeah, I love it, and definitely check this one out. Now next category is my favorite category, that is foundation. Now I always say, if you want to spend a little bit extra, spend in this category, because if your base is nice and smooth, no matter what product you apply on top, they are going to look beautiful. So if you want to spend in a high-end product, I think definitely check out this base category. And for drugstore, I have here this Maybelline Lumi-Matte foundation over here. It's a beautiful foundation. It's not full coverage by any means, but you know what, if you are using a concealer, a color corrector, then you can just wear a very thin layer of foundation and you will be good to go. And this foundation over here, it kind of high coverage. It's not like super duper full coverage. It's a high coverage foundation. You can build it up to make it more full coverage. It looks like my second skin. It still gives me coverage. It's still like fairly matte. It lasts all day long. It photographs really well. So definitely check this one out, and you are going to love it. And believe it or not, I actually used a drugstore foundation on my wedding day, and everybody loved it. My makeup lasted for up to like 6+ hours on my reception as well as on my wedding day. I actually did my own makeup, and I actually used a drugstore foundation. High-end option, every makeup artist loves this foundation for their brides, and I'm talking about this Estée Lauder Double Wear Stain Place makeup. It's full coverage, it's long wearing, it does not settle on my fine lines, on my forehead lines at all, and once you wear it, it's not going to move, it's not going to budge, it's not going to go anywhere. It is a phenomenal product, and it is a cult classic, and so many makeup artists just swear by this product for a reason, because it is that good. This is like my ride or die favorite foundation. And last time when I visited India, it was in October. It was super hot and humid. I was sweating like hell, but I wore this foundation in the morning, and at around 11 p.m. my makeup stayed in place beautifully. Definitely check this one out. Now next comes concealer. For concealer I have two options, and in my opinion they are dupes for each other. Anyway, the drugstore option is this L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. You can see I am already finishing it up, which is an achievement in my opinion. It's full coverage, it's lightweight, it's long wearing, it does not crease, does not move, does not budge. I love the doe foot applicator as well. The shade is just perfection. This concealer, like, check this one out for sure. You are going to love it. And there is another concealer that is my ride or die favorite. This is the Milani concealer, Milani Conceal Plus Perfect Concealer. Again, full coverage, beautiful shade range, beautiful formula, creamy, blends beautifully, lasts all day long. Either this L'Oreal one or the Milani Conceal Plus Perfect Concealer, either one of them should be fine. Now for high end, you guys probably know my love for this Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is actually my second bottle. I completely used up the one that I was using, and it is a new bottle. So that says how much I love this concealer, and it comes in a mini size as well. So if you do not want to spend a lot to get the full size, because it takes forever to go through, it lasted me for over like 3+ years. So if you want to invest in the smaller tube, you should be good. It's again full coverage, long wearing, does not crease, does not move, does not budge. It's a phenomenal formula. If you are getting married, you should do cream contour because your face should look a little bit chiseled on photos, right? And this is one of those categories where I think you do not need to spend much because there are so many options out there. I recently got the Rare Beauty contour stick. It is what I'm wearing today on my face. I'm reviewing it today, and when I put the drugstore versions side by side, they actually perform as good as this Rare Beauty one. So the two products, again, it depends on your budget, it depends on the availability. So I had to give you two options from the drugstore. The first one is this Illegal Pro Conceal Concealer. I got the shade Beautiful Bronze. It's a perfect contour slash bronzer shade for my complexion. It creates the most beautiful shadow. It blends beautifully. It lasts all day long. The one thing that I would say is do like one section at a time. Do not apply it all over on your face and try to blend it out. It will be a nightmare to blend. Do the cheek first, blend it out, forehead, blend it out, like do in that manner. It's a beautiful, beautiful product. And again, these are like 500 rupees, or here in the States under like $5 or so. It's phenomenal. Another product is this e.l.f. Hello Glow Contour one. Again, I have done a full in-depth review here on my channel. Go ahead and check it out. In my opinion, they both are like similar product, only the packaging is different. They both blend beautifully and they both dry down pretty quickly, so you need to act fast, and they actually last all day long. And next is your blushes, and again, this is one of those categories that I don't feel that you need to spend a lot to get a good liquid blush, because there are so many liquid blushes out there, and on your wedding day I personally tell you to use a liquid blush because blush is the first thing that leaves your face, right? So if you wear a liquid blush and then apply your powder blush on top, that way your blush will last all day long. Liquid blushes, Rare Beauty one, of course, it's my favorite, and it comes in a smaller size as well. So if you do not want to get the full bottle, go with the smaller size, because again, these blushes are so pigmented. Just a teeny mini bit will be enough for your cheeks, and this full bottle will last you forever. So if you do not want to spend that much of money on a like full bottle, go with the mini version. Again, the formula is beautiful, it blends beautifully, it lasts all day long, it's super duper pigmented. And for the drugstore, I have the dupe version that is from e.l.f. e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blushes. Again, it's my favorite formula out there, and believe it or not, I actually reach for the e.l.f. one quite a lot, more than my Rare Beauty blushes. It's the truth. This is again a beautiful formula, blends beautifully, pigmented, lasts all day long. So yeah, depending on your budget, either go for the Rare Beauty one or go for the e.l.f. one, and you will be all set. Things are all done. Next category is your powders. Now, if you have really dry skin, then I should say use a compact powder to set the entire face, and for your under eye area as well as for your T-zone, smile lines and stuff, use a loose setting powder. And for loose setting powder, I prefer this Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder. You guys probably know how much I love this powder. It just sets my makeup beautifully. It gives me that airbrushed flawless effect. I have gone through like multiple of them already, and it just gives me that smooth, blurred, soft focused effect. And there are so many shades available. It does not give me flashback at all. And this is the shade 15 Light, and I can actually use the shade to set my under eye area as well as for my entire face, because that shade is just perfection. Now, if you want to spend a little bit extra, definitely go check this Huda Beauty powder out. It's phenomenal. It is so finely milled. Again, it just gives me that blurred, smooth effect. I absolutely love it. So for your under eye area and for your T-zone, definitely check these two out. Or if you have really oily skin, I would suggest you to use a loose powder instead of a compact powder. And in that case, check out other shades from this one and this one. You should be all set. Now, if you want a compact powder, because again, if you have dry skin, it's always better to use a compact powder. And for the drugstore, I have here the Lauder Infallible powder foundation. You can see I have already hit pan on this one. Now, the reason why I chose this one, because it gives you a little bit of coverage. It's not heavy, it's not cakey. It just gives you that smooth airbrush effect, which I absolutely love, and it lasts all day long. And you know, on your wedding, you need that extra coverage, so it is perfect for that. And for high-end option, again, nothing can beat my all-beaten up M.A.C Studio Fix Compact Powder Foundation. Again, it just sets my makeup beautifully. It again gives you that beautiful soft smoothing effect. Absolutely love it. So again, for powder products, these two, the best. Next comes powder bronzers. And for powder bronzers, again, I have to give you a couple of options, because I know like a lot of my viewers are from India, and some powder bronzers actually are not available in India. Anyway, let's just talk about the high-end one first, because I have only one recommendation for the higher end option, and this is my tried and trusted Benefit Hoola bronzer. This formula is, again, it's a cult favorite. It's super finely milled. It never ever goes on patchy or blotchy. It just complements my skin tone, and they have some other shades to choose from as well. I think there is a mini version of it as well. So yeah, definitely check this formula out. It's a phenomenal product. It never ever goes on patchy or blotchy at all. Now for powder bronzer, I have three options here that I love all of them. Okay, again, depending on your budget and availability, check just one of them out and you will be all set. Now I'm starting with the cheapest option first. This Wet n Wild bronzer. I think this is their color icon bronzer, and the shade is What Shady Beaches. Oh my god, it's a phenomenal formula. Like, I might be sound like a broken record at this point. I am about to hit pan on this one. It is that good. The packaging is not that fancy and blah blah blah. Anyway, the formula, like, I have been using this bronzer for like 4+ hours, and the formula is exact the same. It has not got hard pan. It has not got weird or anything. The formula is still the same. It blends beautifully. It just warms up my complexion beautifully. It never ever goes on muddy or patchy whatsoever, and it lasts all day long. So definitely check this bronzer out if you are on a budget. And the next two products are current favorites, and this is the Lauder Infallible bronzer, and this is the shade number 4, I believe, 450 Deep Tan. Absolutely love it. It again blends beautifully. It just sculpts out my face beautifully. It provides that beautiful warmth to my face. And the next one is again my current obsession, and this is my NYX Buttermelt bronzer. This is the shade Butter Biscuit. It has got a little bit of sheen to it. It's not like super matte and not shimmery, glimmery, glittery at all. A little like satiny sheen, which I personally prefer because it just gives me that beautiful, healthy, natural glow that I absolutely love. So again, for affordable options, these three are my absolute favorite. The next category is highlighter, because we all want that bridal ethereal glow, right? And for highlighter, again, this is one of those categories where I do not feel like you need to spend high-end price tag, because Drugstore has got you covered. And my favorite one from the Drugstore is this Maybelline Molten Gold highlighter, and they have so many shades. So depending on your skin tone, you can go ahead and pick up the shade that you prefer. This particular shade just works for me. It just melts onto the skin. It is like it gives you that glazed effect. It's not glimmery, it's not shimmery, it's not powdery or chalky. It just melts onto the skin and it looks so beautiful. Do you see that? It's so stunning. Just go and grab this highlighter and you will be all set. If you want a high-end option, for example, you are a makeup enthusiast and you want to spend that price tag for a high-end highlighter, then definitely go ahead and check out this Becca one. I think Smashbox has taken over this line. It's a shade Champagne Pop. It's like a universally flattering shade. It's going to look good on so many different skin tones. Again, it's not shimmery, it's not dusty, it's not chalky, it's not powdery. It is so beautiful, so beautiful. beautifully. It will give you that glazed effect. Full face of makeup is done. Now you need to set it with a setting spray, and this is one of those categories I would suggest you to choose carefully because a setting spray can make or break the entire look. And if you have the budget to spend, I would say spend on a high-end setting spray, because a lot of the times drugstore setting sprays actually do nothing for me. Like, if you have never tried the higher end setting sprays, you might think that, oh, it's doing something. But if you try the higher end setting sprays and if you compare, then you will get to know that the drugstore setting sprays, like most of the time, they don't do much. However, I have one drugstore setting spray. You guys probably know how much I love it. I'm talking about the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I completely finished mine up. I have gone through like multiple of them already, but I am not going to repurchase it anytime soon because I am on like setting spray no buy, because I have so many other setting sprays that I want to finish up. So I have not repurchased it, but that one is, my god, phenomenal. It makes your makeup last all day long. And for high-end setting sprays, again, both of them are pretty similar. They do a pretty similar job. One is my ride or die favorite all-nighter setting spray from Urban Decay, and the other one is Airbrush setting spray from Charlotte Tilbury. They both are amazing products. They just make my makeup transfer proof, sweat proof, everything proof. They last all day long. Like, these two setting sprays are like must-haves, and they come in a mini version. As I would say, if you want to spend a little extra money, foundation and your setting sprays should be it. And I highly recommend you getting these two setting sprays if you are getting married. Next comes eyebrow products. Again, it is one of those categories where I do not feel like you need to spend a lot of money because there are so many good eyebrow products out there. But if you want to spend a little bit extra, I would suggest you to get this ABH brow pomade. Like, I got mine back in like 2019 and it's still intact. It's not dry, it's still creamy, it's still pigmented, it still works beautifully on me. This one is perfect. And if you are not into pomade, if you want to invest in a pencil, because pencils are much easier, right? This benefit precisely my brow pencil. These two are my absolute favorite product. For drugstore option, go ahead and get the NYX micro brow pencil. I have not repurchased mine because I have so many other eyebrow products to go through, so I am kind of like, I'm not going to buy any new eyebrow product anytime soon. So definitely go check out that NYX micro brow pencil. If you are on an eyebrow gel, definitely check out that Essence eyebrow gel. That one is my absolute favorite, and you guys have probably seen me using it multiple times, so definitely check that one out. Or if you have a hairspray, you can take a spoolie, spray it and just set your eyebrow hair. That works perfectly fine. You do not need to spend extra money on a brow gel if you have a hairspray already in your collection. Now, next category is your mascara. Now, in mascara, probably you will be emotional, you will be crying, so I would suggest you to go for a waterproof mascara. And for mascara, you guys probably know how much I love my Lash Sensational mascara from Maybelline. That one is phenomenal. Their Sky High mascara is phenomenal as well, so go and check those products out. I think they have waterproof version as well. I will link them in the description box down below. So those two mascaras are must have, and no, you don't need to spend extra money on a high-end mascara because drugstore mascaras are as good as high-end, and it's coming from someone who has used all the hyped up high-end mascaras that are available on the market, from Lancome, from MAC Cosmetics, from Too Faced, from YSL. I still prefer my drugstore mascaras. So go and check Maybelline's formula. You will be all set. Now, eyeliner is again one of those categories where you do not need to spend a lot of money because drugstore eyeliners are as good as high-end eyeliners. And for eyeliner, my number one recommendation is this Maybelline Lasting Drama Gel eyeliners. First of all, it's super duper black. It's smudge proof. It's budge proof. It does not move anywhere, and you can use it on your waterline. You can use it to tightline your eyes, on your eyelid. It's just a multitasking product, and I think if you get this one, you will be all set. You just need to spend a little extra on a brush. And for eyeliner brush, my recommendation is, where are you? Hold on. This Morphe M2500 brush is phenomenal for your gel eyeliners, and I think Vega has really nice eyeliner brush as well, so definitely check this one out. And next is my favorite category, that is eyeshadows. Now, for eyeshadows, I would always suggest you to go for neutral tones because they look extremely sophisticated and put together, and after your marriage there will be so many functions you will have to attend, and for those occasions you do not want like blue, green eyeshadows on your eye. So I would personally suggest you to invest on like nude neutral eyeshadow palette. And for drugstore option, my current favorite one is this Revolution Beauty Icon eyeshadow palette. this is a beautiful eyeshadow palette, and if you get it, you can create so many eye looks using this palette. First of all, the mattes are super buttery smooth. You need to touch it to like feel the formula. It is so buttery smooth. It's pigmented. They blend beautifully. They do not fade at all, and you are actually getting 1 2 3 4 4 duochrome shadows. These shimmery glimmery shadows, they are actually duochrome shadows. Like, oh my god, look at this. You don't need to use any glitter or anything because they are extremely foiled, metallic, and they last all day long. Like, do you see how stunning these shadows are? They're beautiful. And this is actually your traditional shimmer. The color story is beautiful as well. And these two cream shadows, they are actually perfect for creating the base of your eyeshadow. I often use it underneath any of these shimmers, and they blend beautifully, and they have got that powdery dry down to it. They're not super duper emollient or anything where if you like open your eyes, it will start creasing. No, it's not that type of formula. You just apply these creams, let it set for about, I should say, 2 minutes or so. It sets down beautifully. Definitely check this palette out, and they have so many shades to choose from as well. If you are not into this color story, check out some other colors as well. For high-end option, my favorite one is this Too Faced Born This Way eyeshadow palette. Like, look at the color story. Again, you can create so many eye looks using this eyeshadow palette. It's just, the formula is so beautiful, so buttery smooth, and the shimmers are foiled, metallic. It's just a beautiful palette, and it's a very beginner friendly eyeshadow palette. So these two are my like top notch recommendations for eyeshadow category. Now the next category is lip liners, and this is one of those categories where I would suggest you not to skip a lip liner. Just don't, because you know, lip liners, they just give a nice shape to your lips. And not only that, like, it looks really good on photograph, your lip, if your lips are really well defined. Not only that, lip liners just make your lipsticks last all day long. And for high-end option, I have 3 options for you, and again, you can pick up any one of them, like depending on the shade you are going for, or like your budget, availability, and everything. First one, M.A.C lip pencils. Phenomenal, creamy, pigmented, long wearing. Huda Beauty lip pencils are my favorite as well, and these Anastasia lip liner pencils. And with the Anastasia ones, they go on sale pretty often, and in my opinion, the ABH lip pencils are pretty similar to the M.A.C ones. Like, they are basically the same formulations in my opinion. So depending on your budget, the color you want, check any of these out and you will be all set. For affordable options, again, 2 of my current favorite lip pencils. One is this Revlon Color Stay, and the other one is this Maybelline Lifter Liners. In my opinion, the formula is pretty much the same. One is retractable and the other one is your sharpening pencil. They are very creamy, pigmented, they go on really smoothly, and let me just tell you, once they are set, like, give it like 2 minutes or so. Once they are set, they're not going to move, they're not going to budge. They will just lock in your lipstick so beautifully. And again, the formula pretty much the same. They are long wearing. Like, everything about these 2 lip pencils, everything is on point. It's just pure perfection. And let me just show you how budge proof these lip liners are. Like, see, I'm not even able to like move it. It's that budge proof. So if you do not want to spend that much of money on a single lip liner, check these ones out instead. Next comes lipsticks. Again, this is one of those categories where I don't think that you need to spend the high-end price tag, because there are so many amazing lipstick options out there. My favorite one is currently this e.l.f. This L'Oreal Paris liquid lipsticks. Smudge proof, budge proof, comfortable, transfer proof. It lasts all day long. Another favorite of mine is this Superstay Vinyl Ink lipstick from Maybelline. It's very thin and it gives you that shininess, but it's transfer proof. So if you are on like lip glosses, but if you are like thinking if it transfers, what would happen, because it can like smear everywhere, like if you hug someone or something like that, you prefer the longevity but you still need that glossiness. This one, my friend, this one is beautiful. It's glossy, it's pigmented, it lasts all day long. Very comfortable formula. If you want to go high end, these Sephora collection lipsticks are my absolute go-to favorite. Now, I'm not going to recommend any lip gloss because you know what, lip gloss, I personally think that they kind of get like everywhere. So I would suggest you to skip lip glosses. And there is one bullet lipstick that I want to recommend, is this Revlon Color Stay Suede Ink lipstick. They have so many shades to choose from, and the reason why I am giving you this option, because A, it's pigmented, B, pretty, it's matte, and it sets down, it lasts all day long, and it is comfortable as well. I know there are so many people who cannot wear a liquid lipstick, so for you, if you want a long lasting lipstick in a bullet form, this one is for you. If you still want to invest in a lip gloss, and for example you want a glossy lip, I get you. Check out these NYX butter glosses. They have so many shades to choose from. These are affordable, they are like cult classic for a reason, and this is what I'm wearing today on my lip. And this shade is Praline, absolutely love it. So check these lip glosses out and you will be all set. I think we are done, my friend, we are done. And yeah, those are the products that in my opinion you should have in your bridal makeup kit. And yeah, if you have any question, then feel free to comment down below. I would love to answer it for you all. And yeah, if you have enjoyed watching this video, then please give it a thumbs up and please do subscribe to my channel. And if you are not following me on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok, then please do follow me there. All the links will be given in the description box down below, so make sure to check them out. And I will see you guys pretty soon in my next video. Till then, bye and take care. Bye.